It's our first episode of Pure TV, and we're really excited to be here. We're actually behind the scenes with American CageFighter. Nate Quarry had to talk with us, tell us about his projects that he has going on. Nate, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're here on set at American CageFighter, just shooting our first couple episodes right now. Just really getting behind the scenes, letting people know what it's like to be a fighter. You see the glitz and glam on TV, you see the after-fight parties. You don't see the 3 to 4 months before that. There's so much controversy in our world. We were just talking about the state of judging in MMA. So many things that need to be addressed that really kind of get swept under the rug. So we're trying to bring this world a little bit more to the forefront, let people know what it's like to be that guy that's getting punched in the head in a cage.
Right, excellent. Well, I've been watching behind the scenes. I'm really impressed, number one, by Mr. Quarry. One take wonder, just so you guys all know. Not like myself. But yeah, so tell us more about it. Behind the scenes information, what can they expect throughout the season?
We're going to be bringing in some great guests. Today we had Gary Alexander of Fighters Only magazine. He's been in the mix for over 6 years now with MMA and boxing. He knows the ins and outs of the sport, so he's got great insights on what's going on, the state of MMA, the state of the fighters, where all these things are going. Going to some local shows, getting some footage there, even going to the bigger shows, Strikeforce, WEC, going behind the scenes, getting to know the fighters on a little bit more of a personal basis, instead of just the usual, this is what I do as I'm fighting. No, I want to know the story behind him. Every great fighter has a great story, and that's what I want to know. Because you can have the best fighter in the world, but if you don't know him, you don't care about him, then why do you want to see him? Why do you care if he wins or loses? You got to either be loved or hated. So right. We want to know, should we love you or should we hate you?
Right. Very well put, and exactly why we're trying to do what we're doing. We want to give people the insight, like you've given us the backstage pass here today, so we really appreciate it, the fans appreciate it. And for those who may or may not be that familiar with your fighting career, tell us real quick your favorite fight.
The most important fight in my life was my comeback fight against Pete Sell. It was about 3 years ago now, and I'd had back surgery 15 months before. Yeah. Literally fighting for food money. This was a make or break fight for me. No one believed I could come back from my back surgery and fight, and especially not win. Fighting against Pete, he had a grudge. He wanted to show that our first fight was a fluke and he was coming in to finish me. And we just went back and forth. It was just a war. We were actually classified slugfest of the year. Yeah. He dropped me in the second round. I was able to finish him in the third. And it was such a great opportunity for me to tell the world, you can make your life whatever you want it to be if you believe in yourself. Because so many people had counted me out, told me I'd never be able to fight again. I chose not to believe them. I chose to believe in myself. And fortunately, the company that helped me with my back surgery, NuVasive, with their innovative technology, they'd made me stronger than I was before. And it's worked out so well now that I can travel on their behalf and tell people my story and let them know they don't have to suffer. They can get their back surgery or whatever it may be that they need and get right back to their life.
It was an incredible fight. I've been a fan for a while, so I definitely caught that one, and that was an amazing fight. And the message is powerful, and showing it, and not just saying it, and that's why we're big fans. So now that does transition quite nicely into a fun little side project that you have. Tell us more about Zombie CageFighter.
Zombie CageFighter.
Or Zombie CageFighter, right?
Zombie CageFighter.
Okay.
Well, if you see my fight style, it's kind of a natural progression for me. I get hit, I continue moving forward.
Right.
I was on G4 Attack of the show, and they asked me, what's the next big thing you have coming up, meaning what fights do I have coming up? And I said, well, my next big thing is a little project called Zombie CageFighter. And the rules are pretty simple. For humans, no biting. For zombies, mostly biting. And I came off the stage, and they said, that is amazing. I want to see everything you've got. So they always say, write what you know. I went home, I got a 6-pack of beer and sat in front of the computer, and I pretty much wrote a biography of my life, just hitting the highlights of my fighting career, and showed my journey, the experiences that I've been through, the things that I've seen done. And for flavor, then I threw in the zombies. And when I say the story of my life, it's the story of a father who's willing to do whatever it takes to feed his little girl. And for me, when I fought Pete Sell, for us, that was the most important day of my life and of her life. From that day on, it made so many other things possible. And I think it's something that transcends fighting. It goes into everyone's life. What are you willing to do to take care of your family? My little girl tells me every day, oh, I love you, Daddy. And I say, I love you too. And she says, I love you more. And I just shake my head and I say, you have no idea. You don't have a clue the type of beatings I've taken to make sure that you've got food on the table, and I hope you never do.
Right.
But that's what my story is about. What will a father do? Is he willing to fight the devil in his hometown if that's what it takes to make sure his little girl doesn't end up like him? Oh, it's just been great. Everybody's been so well received. We've got our first t-shirts for sale online at zombiecagefighter.com. Even that is just a cool story. I found the artist for the original TNC surf shirts back in the 80s.
Wow, yeah.
Because as a kid, I was never as cool as when I was 13 years old, living in Salem, Oregon, never even seen a warm beach in my life, wearing a TNC surf shirt with the gorilla surfing on my back. Yeah. I found that artist and commissioned him to do my first Zombie CageFighter shirt. That's and awesome. It's just such a throwback with his style. It's just killer. Awesome. And that's the fun thing about Zombie CageFighter. It can be a very dark, meaning story, or it can be so lighthearted and fun. And that's what everyone brings together. And the fans of MMA are just as rabid as the fans of the zombie culture, pop culture, and bringing those two worlds together. It's so exciting. I actually had people come up to me. I went to a zombie con up in Seattle and launched the whole thing. I had people come up after a couple of days and say, when I first heard you were going to be here, I was kind of pissed off because I don't want some jock idiot coming into this world. But now I see what you've got and what you're doing and how excited you are about it. We welcome you with open arms.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's just been so cool. And the fighters, they're loving it because I'm thinking and I'm hoping, I'm praying that people are getting a little tired of trying to look tough all day, every day. I mean, I fight in the cage. I don't need to advertise to the world, hey, if you mess with me, I just want to put you on notice. I'll whoop your ass. And the best way for me to tell you that is by wearing this t-shirt.
Right.
No, man, I just want to be relaxed. I don't want to think about punching people every day, all day long. Right. I just want to have fun, and I think that's what people are being drawn to now. A little of the seriousness of the sport is trying to relax, and people are just wanting to have fun with it.
I agree. I think that's an awesome point.
It's as serious as I take my job when I'm fighting in the cage and as I'm preparing. At the end of the day, I'm not protecting my village from marauders.
Right.
I'm an entertainer.
Right.
And I'm doing the best I can every fight. I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my daughter's life. I'm trying to do my best to finish. But man, I'm an entertainer. So I've got to go out there. I've got to remember how lucky I am to even be here. Because just a few years ago, that wouldn't have been possible. Right. To have a career based in MMA 10 years ago, you would have had to have been an Olympic wrestler to even make it to the UFC. Yeah. Now I'm just a knucklehead that started training at 24 years old, and I'm so lucky that so many things all fell together for me to be here in the first place.
Well, it's great. I really appreciate you giving us some time and giving the fans some insight, and we appreciate you being our episode 1. So thank you very much, Nathan
Awesome.
Quarry.
Cool, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.